I love it at Outwood. One day I'd like to be principal.
And if I was?
I would.
I would do more trips to like places where like businesses to get more experience.
If I was a head, I'd probably encourage more people to come on buses.
Well, I would offer work experience for students as they're not quite sure what they're going into at this age. And
if I were principal, I'd make sure that my students would have a clearer progression route.
I think it's important that a child should get the opportunity to work from a work-based college apprenticeship. And if I was principal, I'd supply all the classrooms with laptops so the students could work at their own pace. And instead of buying all the revision guides to the school, to have them already onto the computer.
I would raise environmental issues within the sixth form, because the sixth form are the people that can really make the changes around school.
Well, if I were head, I'd like, instead of the electricity that we all use, we could like put solar panels on the roofs.
If I was a head teacher in school, I'd have wind turbines to the school.
The main thing I'd like to do is provide accommodation on site for more vulnerable students.
One of the first things I would do would be to set up a students' union which would be independent of the school body.
If I was principal, I would put the emphasis more on achievement rather than discipline.
I think you should have a uniform for like important days and school trips and visits of other schools, so you look smart and respectable.
I would adopt the idea that I've seen in some schools where instead of having a school bell, they have a song of the week, and then you have from the beginning of the song until the end of the song to get to your next lesson.
That'd be really good if you actually got like free fruit, maybe not every lesson.
I think that sex education should be improved for students, and it should be more readily available so that people can discuss how relationships are formed healthily and how they are maintained healthily.
I would make life skills taught in schools compulsory. It would teach students how to open a bank account, change fuse.
I would try to make the curriculum more personal so people would actually learn what they wanted to learn, what would be beneficial for them to learn.
For example, if you need to catch up on coursework in a certain lesson, you can focus on that rather than having to go to lessons that maybe aren't as important to you.
I think we should absolutely get rid of uniforms.
As a head teacher, I'd fight for the right for every student to have EMA.
I think students should have some form of ID or biometric scan linked to them that could be used in lessons.
Let people come in what uniform they'd like.
I think that schools should be able to provide music in class because music helps you to concentrate.
Make sure that all students have the access to the internet and to a computer.
If I were principal, I would pay students to design the school's website.
If I was principal in my school or college, I'd have all the displays in the corridors all bright and fun and interesting for the students to walk between lessons.